Hey guys, it's Thursday and I'm Alana. Um, so this week's topic was chosen by Shane because there were some mix-ups in the beginning of the week. And it is stress, like personal stress, school stress. How do you handle the two? How do you balance them? How do you make sure they don't interfere with each other? Basically, just talking about that. Um, I fortunately, school is one of those things for me that I'm one of those people that everybody hates because they don't really have to try and they can still do well in school. Like everybody tells me they're like, "Oh, is school hard for you?" And I'm like, "No." And people hate it because a lot of people have to try really hard and school is really difficult for them. And for me, like it's just not. I'm one of those assholes that people can't stand because I can pull A's and B's without even like trying. But I do work really hard and I do get everything done on time. And I do have, I'm really super diligent about school. So it doesn't tend to cause me a lot of stress unless I have, like, a huge paper, a huge project or something due because then sometimes it's hard for me to manage my time. But for the most part, like school isn't one of those things that I'm super stressed about all the time. College, on the other hand, like that was like high school, but college right now is super fucking stressful because college applications are due sooner than I want them to be, and I'm not ready. And I have an essay to write that I know exactly what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it, and I'm just like, ah! So, um, to handle that right now, this is how I'm dealing with it. I'm just not doing it. But I know I need to be, and sometimes my summer reading and stuff, I'll sit down, I'll be like, okay, I need to get this done. Like I'll give myself chunks of time. How I deal with school stress is when I'm really stressed out about something, I will write it down. Like do 15 minutes of this today, do 15 minutes of this tomorrow, because then it's a lot easier for me. Personal stress is actually totally fine right now. Most of my personal stress comes from relationship drama, and this relationship is so fabulous that there isn't a whole lot of drama. And when there is, like, it's usually my fault, and we get over it, we get through it, and it's okay. And, um, but, like, my last relationship, the personal stress was too much for the school stress. Like my grades were dropping and I was getting more stressed about school because there was so much personal stress going on in my life. But right now, like I'm going back to school in a week, but like school isn't going to be as stressful because my relationship isn't as stressful, and just like there's a significantly less stress, which is really good for me because I do not handle stress so well. But when I need to separate the two, I'll kind of just make sure that like school stays school. Like school is really important to me, so I'll just make sure like if personal drama is like encroaching on that, I'll be like, look, okay, we can talk about this later, but we're in school right now and I really need to focus because I have a huge presentation next period or something like that. Um, but usually school does not interfere with my personal stress because I keep it pretty well under control. Um, so yeah, but stress used to be a real problem for me and it made me really anxious, and now I'm getting a lot better at handling it, which is really good. So yeah, to all of you who have really who have trouble handling stress, I think that a good way to do it is to either write it down. Like I keep my entire life in this little planner that my ex bought from Borders. But like it pretty much my life like revolves around it. Just everything is in here, like everything. My entire life is just written down, and it works out so well because then I don't forget to do things. And school stress wise, like I just make sure I'm like, okay, if I have a really hard homework assignment and it's stressing me out, like I'll take a break and I'll go back and do 15 more minutes, and I'll take a break and do 15 more minutes. And that works for me. The question is about GSAs and stuff like that. How involved are you? Do you think it's important to be involved? And just do you think they make an impact? I am very involved. I am GSA president, and what we do is I think it's important because it spreads a message that there are different people at the school, that there are people who feel differently than you, and that needs to be accepted. It's just like what I do when I work is I do an inclusion program, and it's like there are people on this planet who are different and you need to treat them just like everybody else. And I think that's the main message of the GSA, is to appreciate them. Um, no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter if you're gay, it doesn't matter if you're trans, like, you're still a human being. And that's the message that we're trying to get across. So I think it's important to be involved if you feel that way. I do think it has an impact. I know last year we did a lot for, like, Day of Silence and stuff like that, and a lot of people participated in Day of Silence. Like, a lot of people recognized what it was for and were like, okay, like, I want to take part in it. So that made me really happy because I organized it. Okay, well, last thing I want to do is show you guys, this is my Horton Hears a Who shirt. It says, make yourselves heard. And I think that's a really, yeah, that kind of goes along with the question in a way, but I didn't put it on for that purpose. Like, make yourselves heard. You have feelings. Like Shane was talking about gender blur at Towson. Like, everybody has opinions, and everybody's opinions and thoughts and feelings deserve to be known. And that's how I feel. Okay, well, I will see you guys next week.